Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
Did you get that amazing riff I just had?
Yes. But
Really?
we can't do it because
Yeah. There's no context.
I'll be in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's
You were just saying.
It's the riff that will never come to fruition.
Welcome to Cowboy Boys Podcast, episode 162.
Damn, dude, that's so many.
Let me see. 162. I'm always double. We should do this before we start. Before we hit record.
We're incredibly professional.
Joining us on this episode is Nick Hopping.
Hello.
How you doing, Nick?
Good. Thank you guys for having me.
Dude, we're stoked to have you here. Nick opened for me in Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. Sandman Comedy Club.
Yeah, dude. And Sandman Comedy Club was super fun. What a weird time that was. And then you were working on something that you did for an hour of comedy?
Yeah, I was working on the hour special I put out. It's on YouTube now. Goofball. Check it out. It's free.
Oh my God! Plugs at the beginning. Let's hear them.
Oh, yeah.
Where do they find that?
YouTube.
He said it.
Oh, but I mean, like, is there a URL? do you
Oh,
have-
yeah. What's your YouTube?
Do you have a-
www.youtube.com/Nick. I don't even know.
Oh, see.
Would you know if I asked you?
Yeah.
Really?
It'd be youtube.com/7-C. There's like an 18 thing. It's just if you want to go to my website, it's macarthur.xyz. I don't even have a link tree. It's all there.
Damn. You know what? Don't even go to mine. I'm not ready. Go to his. Just if you want to watch my special, just go to his website. Watch whatever he's got.
I'll link it. I'll link your special on my website.
Oh, okay. Then definitely go to his website.
That's where we'll do that. So you were recording an hour special and it's posted and
He has 2 hours.
I have
Oh
two.
my
one
God.
Of one of my hour specials is only a half hour though, so it's less. But yeah, I have two specials. I'm trying to do the hour a year thing as kind of a writing exercise. Everyone has told me it's a bad idea, but I keep doing it.
I like that.
All other comics that say it's a bad idea are bad at comedy, man. So many comics have been doing the same 10 minutes for 8 years. You're not good at comedy.
Well,
straight up.
You could be good and write a perfect album in 10 years and still be good, but I think it is possible to put it on an hour every single year, because it's that Bill Burr thing where he's like, break it down. It's something like, to put out a good hour every year, it's like you have to come up with a new 2 to 3 minutes of jokes every week.
Right.
It's nothing when you actually think about it.
It's not much at all. That's what I was thinking about, because he was like, all you need is 5 minutes a month. I was like,
yeah.
If I can't come up with 5 minutes a month, I'm not a comedian.
Yeah.
5 minutes a month?
This is not to say that every album needs to be groundbreaking or whatever. We're all learning. We're all trying to get better. We're all trying to get to that position.
Not
People
me.
are like, Bill Burr's the greatest. He does an hour all the time. It's like, he's been doing comedy for 30 fucking years. But still, people who are like, don't do that. It's like, you don't write. You don't write. Dude. Comedy is about doing comedy.
I don't write. I don't do comedy, and I'm still like, you can do it.
Yeah,
it's very possible to put out that amount of good content.
Plus, I think anything you do a bunch of times, you get better at. So, like, if you want to get good at making a special a year, you should do a special a year, and by your 7th one, you'll be pretty good at doing a special a year.
Yeah, no kid. And then when you're ready to like do also, this is something other people don't think about. It's like, do you not know how comedy works? This is like when people message me and they go, hey, I saw you twice this year and you did some of the same jokes. It's like, I'll kill you firstly, because you don't know how comedy works, obviously. But it's the same thing when people are like, oh, don't put out an album a year. At your point in your career, when you're like early on and you don't have like, no one's like paying you $100,000 to do Netflix. Just take your favorite joke from one of the YouTube specials.
I'm not famous at all.
Put it back on the net. Like, you didn't burn those jokes. Those jokes still exist. You could do whatever you want with them.
One of my favorite lady comics, who I will not name because it's very easy to name.
Yeah.
She's put out like the same half hour on 3 separate albums.
Yes.
And I think that is hilarious.
Yeah.
To get paid 3 different times for the same material, I'm like, that's the funniest thing.
She's incredibly successful.
She's funny,
and we like her a lot.
But I'm like, damn.
I don't know who it is.
We will tell you after, because I don't want to blow up anyone's. Because people tell on us. People are fucking lame and tell on us. You suck.
You get us in trouble.
God.
So we can't say anything. Yeah, but it's very funny that to just get paid 3 separate times.
Yeah.
Three separate. I've listened to the three of her albums, and I'm like, these are the same exact jokes.
Yeah, there's like 5 minutes of difference, and then in the beginning she does like a little bit of different stuff every time.
So
and you're like,
funny.
All right,
really
good
funny.
for you.
I'm so happy for her. I mean that with like
I want to know who
complete.
it is. That's so funny.
Another very popular comic who did do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said who it was, and it's not who you think. It's fucking crazy.
Another comic who's very funny, who's done that a little bit. Well, no, I mean, I think Rory Scovel did that a little bit. Nikki Glazer did that a little bit.
Yeah, everyone.
If I get a Netflix special, I'm going to take jokes off my very first album because I think I did them badly.
But now you're
and I'm going to put them on that album.
Are you gonna-
100%.
Are you gonna say curse words
I probably won't.
on Netflix?
I probably won't.
I would like.
I don't swear in my regular hour very much.
That's why.
Right? You saw it.
You don't swear in your regular hour very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was like, yeah, you tell him. You let him
Dude,
know, Nick.
He does not swear very much.
I do a little bit sometimes. I'm a regular guy. I try not to be like some fucking clean.
An average Joe with the swears.
That's right, dude.
An average fucking Joe.
Though online, I'm fucking gross. So I hope people understand what could happen when they come see me live. I did a live show and I told a joke I don't tell very often about a disabled kid I worked with thinking he invented masturbating. And
That's awesome.
It's really funny. And I got a bunch of DMs from people being like, that was the funniest bit ever. When are you going to record that? And I was like, wow, it's so nice. But I did get a couple DMs that were like, that was so gross. I had to leave. I brought my mom to the show. What are you doing? And I was like, I don't know, man. Fucking, it's comedy. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't know what you want from me.
I don't curse much either, but I talk about cum like a lot. But it is without cursing.
Do you write a full hour of cum jokes every year?
Yes.
That's
I try.
That's a New York clean set.
Yeah. Every joke that is not about cum is a personal failure to me. It was supposed to be about cum, and I couldn't think of cum, so I wrote about something else. But I wish it was about cum.
How many? What percentage of your jokes are cum related?
1 out of, honestly, right now, probably like 1 in 8.
All right, that's not bad.
I think that's like a lot.
No, because it's only 5 minutes of an hour. Is my math
Yeah, but
right?
if one out of
7
every
minutes?
if 1 out of every 8 things that you thought was funny was about cum,
I feel like that is what's happening in my mind.
Yeah, I think that's I'm right there.
Fully there already.
I only have like a few things there's a few core tenets that make me laugh. It's people falling over.
Fuck
classic.
yeah. I have a niche within a niche on that one.
People talking English poorly due to whatever reasons. You can't cancel me if you don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
You really do love that.
yeah, because they're
much.
so racist they can't.
No,
talk.
I didn't say it was racist. I didn't say it could be.
No, I think
No, I'm saying they were racist.
Oh, they're racist.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
so
'Cause
racist
you
they
didn't
can't
think
talk.
the
You're
other
the
thing.
hero here.
Yeah. His TikTok is just full of that.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Of just people who can't talk well.
Oh yeah.
for many different reasons.
Many reasons.
For where they're born geographically.
Sure.
How they're born geographically.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's very. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah. Do you guys say retarded on this podcast?
Yeah, we say that.
Yeah,
a bunch.
we say whatever you want.
I've say retarded a bunch.
Nick just says the
don't-
N-word like,
Yeah.
hey.
I don't think you've never said a hard R retarded.
Well, now I'm not going to because you put me on the spot.
Yeah, because you don't
What's
swear in your
the,
specials.
what would be a not hard?
Yeah.
Yo, a-tarded.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could call someone a tard.
That is true.
Yeah. Hey, you're being a tard right now.
I think it's coming back. I think everyone's like, yeah,
Retarded's funny. I said retarded on stage for the first time last week.
I've said that. I say it in my first special.
You say retarded?
Yeah. I'm quoting a disabled kid who calls another disabled kid that.
I'm not.
You're
I'm
just saying it.
I actually said retarded.
I'm
not even retarded. I
I'm
said
calling
retard.
someone in the audience it. They have Down syndrome.
Yeah, it's the crowd work.
Yeah. I'm being evil. No, man, listen, it's whatever. That word is like who's are people? I want to see the person who's actually bullying a severely disabled kid.
Yeah.
That's 1950s Disney evil shit only.
That's like if you see someone actually be like calling someone with Down syndrome retarded in their face, it's like, well, I guess we gotta like break your neck.
Yeah, we
what
have
are you
to kill you
doing
now? I
That's
would
so evil,
Dude, if I saw someone genuinely bullying like a kid with cerebral palsy or something, calling him that, I guess I would, even if they were a high schooler, I'd have to fucking punch him in the face as hard as I could,
But
right?
what if you saw a Nazi with cerebral palsy?
Wow.
Well, then he's gonna
Which
have a
one
bad
is cerebral
time.
palsy?
That's the one
It's
where
the fucking when they're muscular, their muscles don't work good, and they
So you're not sure if they're hiling or if they're just
yeah,
having
yeah,
symptoms?
yeah. He's trying.
I don't know what
Nature
he's
has
doing.
stopped him from hiling.
they can't. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say because that image was like, oh yeah.
Dude, I would fuck up a Nazi with cerebral palsy. I don't care.
I'm glad
Lady Nazis, cerebral palsy Nazis, I wouldn't fuck up a Nazi who had like a severe mental disability because
I was
that's
gonna say,
clearly
that's why they're a Nazi.
you got to find the person who taught them Nazism and kill that person.
I showed you that TikTok of that Down syndrome guy who had a
Yeah.
Nazi flag at the back of his bedroom.
He accidentally posted,
and he
So-
didn't speak good English.
I don't think he spoke any.
yeah.
So he's on TikTok all the time, but he must have gotten to his like dad's room or whatever, and his dad had a fucking Nazi flag in
Like
there, and he
hanging.
accidentally films it, and all these people
And he
were
was
like,
He's doing
hold up a
dance.
minute.
Yeah, he wasn't. It's like, damn.
Oh man, that sucks. That sucks so bad. When I was a kid, I mean, that happened to me. I just went to someone's house and they had like a fucking SS flag in the garage, and I was like, oh.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's multiple times.
Yeah.
There was another time I went to a girl's house to hook up, and she was she was like an immigrant from Malaysia. So she's like very aware of Nazis and awkward about racism and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, I go to her house to hook up. And we're in her home and we're looking out her second story window and we're like talking, and I look down and I go, what the fuck? And she's like, what is it? And I go, has that been up? And she goes, yeah, that's a person's stuff. And it was the SS flag, like full on SS storm, whatever's Struppen, like with the Nazi shit on it, all around it, and just in that guy's garage. It's like, your next door neighbor's a fucking Nazi.
Oh, it was the next door neighbor.
Yeah, and she lived in a place with a housing association, so she just told the housing association, like, hey, I don't feel comfortable as a person of color with the full-on fucking Nazi next door, and they like, I guess, had a talk with him, but it was just like, that's fucking crazy.
Dude,
Another instance of me just looking down and being like, Nazi flag, what the fuck?
I don't know who I hate more, Nazis or HOAs. 'Cause to me, they're the exact same thing.
Well, you're the enemy of my enemy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Might as well use them against each other.
My
That's
grandma
right.
tells me a lot of HOA stories.
Yeah.
I bet the HOA was excited to have a Nazi because they usually deal with shrubs.
Yeah.
So to deal with Nazis,
I mean, they do so much to be assholes. My dad used to live in a place with an HOA when I was a kid, and the rare times I would see him, they were always fucking with him because he like worked on motorcycles. Like, you can't work on a motorcycle in the driveway. You can't make noise. You can't run it in the garage and see if it works. They were always mad about like weird. He had like a basketball hoop out for my brother to play basketball, and they were like, you can't have it out at certain times. Like,
It's so insane.
Crazy rules.
That people willingly move into HOA neighborhoods.
I think they don't understand what's going to happen until it's too late. And I think some HOAs are really lax and like human about it.
I guess you
but
don't
I think
hear
a
about
lot of HOAs, my friend in Huntington Beach, who I see all the time, he lives in like a tiny HOA. There's literally only like 15 houses in it. And there's two specific old ladies that run it. And they're like evil. And they're trying to get like, hey, you can't let your kids run around without you watching them. And it's like, you live in a closed
awesome.
community. That's the point. To let your fucking 7-year-old run around with the other 7-year-olds.
That's when I would just have like a block party and befriend all my neighbors and be like, hey, Karen, she's a real cunt, right?
Yeah.
Let's all vote against her. And just have a
crazy.
fun party every year.
I think I relate that if I was the HOA, whatever, I think it would go to my head.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'd be picking what color doors people could have and stuff.
The tiniest amount of power.
Yeah.
That's how Nazi Germany starts. It started as an HOA.
Yeah.
Hitler was like, I do not like
he just didn't like some of the Jews' decorations.
He's like, what is this little thing in the doorway on the front of your house? You need to take that down.
Mein Kampf. Hitler's big struggle was that his neighbors' yards were ugly.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta stop him. I gotta fucking beautify this block.
Yeah, what is that, a trampoline?
Oh, they painted their house green. All the other houses are gray. This is fucking with me. Dude. It is crazy to be like, we live in the freest country in the world, and then like there's so many rules that seem incredibly arbitrary.
Yeah, but you don't got to follow them.
I mean, you do a lot of the time.
Not if you have a gun.
We don't.
Yeah.
True.
This is the gun sponsored corner of the segment.
Oh, dude, yeah. Do you have an HOA? You know what they won't like? Your guns.
Your gun collection just displayed on the front yard.
Dude, if they're like, you have to watch the kids play, just sit outside with a gun, watching the kids play. Just menace your neighbors with a gun.
Cleaning your guns.
Oh my God, they're so safe.
Do you like guns?
Do you have any?
I don't have any guns.
You don't have to disclose.
I don't have any guns.
Neither do I.
There's not a gun in this house, I'll tell you that right now. It would be illegal to have a gun in New York.
I don't have a ghost gun. I don't have 3D printed guns.
We don't have a pipe with a nail in it that you put a shotgun shell in and then slam down really fast so it kills someone who breaks into your home.
I have no political issue with guns, but I find them personally scary.
Really? Have
Well,
you
yeah,
ever shot
they're
them
for killing people. That's good.
Yeah.
A healthy fear is good. I'm afraid of guns too.
Where'd you grow up?
Outside of Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, really?
So they're like our guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's plenty of guns out there. Listen, I've probably shot easily over 100,000 rounds of ammunition in my life, and I still get nervous around guns, especially around people I don't know.
I get nervous
like
about
when
that.
I hand someone, like let's say like I'm teaching like someone to shoot, when I hand the gun to them, there's a part of my lizard brain that goes, take that fucking gun from them.
Right.
Like don't let them have it. They have a gun now and you don't. So it's good. I think it's always healthy to be like, hey, what are you doing with that gun right now? It's that's for killing people only. That's the only thing it does.
You watch enough Live League videos that it's always in the back of your mind of the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So you're like, just in case, I need to be prepared.
That little girl shooting that guy's head off fucks me up. I think about it all the time.
He's referring to a video of this guy handed like a 5-year-old girl a fully automatic rifle. And he's like standing over her, like helping her how to shoot the rifle. And she's like, all right, go. And she starts shooting it. And the gun, she's a little girl, so she doesn't know how any of this works. And the gun kicks and starts, and then kills her dad. I think it's her dad.
It's not her dad. It's an instructor.
It's the instructor.
Oh, well, then
Honestly,
who cares then?
Yeah.
It's not even her dad.
Genuinely, truly,
Sounds like it worked out.
if you heard that and it made you feel bad, come on, man. That's on him. His job is to be safe on the range.
Right.
Those are the consequences.
I feel bad for the girl.
That's who I feel bad for. Yeah. That would be like if you heard a lifeguard drown saving someone, you'd be like, oh, that fucking sucks. But you did take that risk on when you agreed to do the job.
And as far as gun safety lessons go, that is the best lesson she could have. She's gonna be so careful.
Dude, he really did
Like
his
he's
job.
dead, but like 5 stars though. I mean,
Yeah. She's never gonna shoot another person on accident.
yeah,
Probably.
she's gonna be really good.
That's an excellent point, Nick. Wow. He's a real silver lining guy, this dude.
That is. So you didn't shoot anything in Richmond?
I actually did one time. I had a friend who, for his 18th birthday, his parents got him a rifle of some kind. And I used to do drugs in high school. Now I do not. But we drove around smoking weed, and then he let me shoot his gun out of his moving car.
Fuck yeah, bro.
It was the one time I ever did
America.
anything, and it was like
He did
nuts.
that, not you.
No, I did
That's
that.
so illegal.
No.
That's so illegal.
I as in he, you know.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, and it was, who knows, you were doing drugs. It
Yeah.
could have
Were
been
you,
fake
like, what
to
were you
anyone
shooting at?
listening to this.
Like a stop sign.
That's fun.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's real.
But then he was like,
America
you need
right
to shoot at the ground because it'll go through the stop sign and keep going.
It is
That
funny.
makes a lot of sense.
You do know you're in the country when all the signs have bullet holes in them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is.
Where I'm from, dude, there's a couple signs that are like literally you can't tell what it is.
You don't know
People
what
have
it's supposed
shot
to
it
be.
so much.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
It seems like the sign is meant for. It's like you should shoot this sign. That's all that's there.
Yeah.
Get it. I understand. You're in the middle of nowhere. There's no one around. You're like, I guess I got to shoot that.
Yeah, I gotta fucking shoot it. Well, it also sounds cool. It makes a ding sound when you shoot the sign.
Look, I would never shoot a sign unless I was in a moving car. Then I'm like, I gotta try it.
Oh my god, shooting out of a car, shooting out of the bed of a
felt
truck
cool. Ooh,
is
haven't done that.
is top 10 like man thing. Like when you have 4 guys and you're all shooting out of the back of a truck together. feels cool.
You
as
really
fuck.
downplayed your gun experience.
Oh, but I've only had the one though.
That's your only one?
That's my only
Damn,
one.
That's a really good one.
That's
Yeah, I
literally
peeked and then I was like,
That's like going straight from virginity to BDSM anal. Like
yeah.
you
Thank
skipped so many steps and went to a crazy thing.
It would be like if you lost your virginity to a porn star,
Right.
and then you're like, I can take it or leave it. You're like, you don't know. Your perspective is all fucked up. Damn, that rules. Any other hijinks? Was it like a rural area?
not that, or it was less rural. That I mean, the way you spun it made it seem like it was in the middle of nowhere, but it was like suburbs kind of.
Yeah, well,
But it was like a new development that didn't have a lot of people in it.
okay, the edge of the suburbs,
Yeah.
which is basically that's a
Yeah,
that's
you're
a,
allowed to shoot guns.
that's a
at
lot
the edge
of,
the suburbs.
that's
no HOA.
There you go. That they can't
Well,
stop
So that
you.
doesn't matter. I can if there's no HOA, you're allowed to shoot a gun anywhere.
that is the
In
rule.
Pretty
Florida
sure that's the
and
rule.
in Texas and in Utah, I think you could shoot a gun in your yard in Utah. Actually, no, I know for a fact you can. You can shoot a gun in your yard in Salt Lake never
No,
mind.
not
I
in
think I
city
lied
limits.
about that because I put my cat down.
I think that's an
With
exception.
your gun?
Yeah.
Really?
What am I gonna do? How would you put the
That's the
cat
most
down?
humane way.
I don't know. I would just stop feeding it because I'm nice. I couldn't bear to shoot it, so I would just ignore
Here's
it for a
my
couple
thing:
weeks.
is I grew up in the middle of nowhere, and so I feel like my mom was going to take it to the vet, but I feel like if you raise, it was our cat for 15 years or whatever. I feel like if you raise an animal and you're going to put it down, you owe it to the animal to be with it and do it yourself.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to make that decision for it's like you're the shepherd of the animal and you're its friend. Honestly, if I was dying and I was sick and I was like, oh fuck, I can't eat, I can't drink, I'm dying, I'd want my cat to shoot me.
I was gonna say,
I thought you were gonna say your parents. Like,
No.
I would never let you slowly die over months.
Thank you.
I would surprise you. Wouldn't even see it coming. You'd be probably when you're asleep.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
there you go.
But
So yeah, that's basic. So I just went out and petted her until she fell asleep, and then she was on the ground, and I was just like, whoop, and I fucking hitmaned her. And anyway, but someone called the cops because I shot a pistol in the yard of a major city. But they didn't. I guess what happened was they were like, did someone shoot a gun over here? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
That were like, all right,
was
I
it?
fucking guess. Yeah, now that I think about it, but in my mind, I was like, that was allowed. But I guess probably it wasn't. Yeah, you probably can't shoot a gun in city limits. Okay, that makes sense now.
no, yeah, that's the rule.
Yeah,
Salt Lake. I don't know where.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've put down a couple of my animals. Incredibly hard task. Doesn't feel good. But after the fact, now thinking back to it, I'm like, well, I'm glad I was with her. I'm glad she went instantaneously. I'm glad I didn't put that in because, you never know what some fucking weird doctor. Also, you're in a weird spot. To everyone who's taken their animal to the vet to get them put down, that's tough. I'm not saying you did the wrong thing, but I'm fucking, I was just raised to do that shit. But I am better.
Right.
I am better, and I will, dude. Come put your pet down. I did watch someone put a horse down once, and
With
I was
a gun?
like, yeah, I was like, this felt because horses are too big. It feels like killing a person. So you're just
Wait.
fuck, man, that was crazy.
Did it go down fast?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
he
then
killed
it's
it
fine.
instantly. He shot it with a Smith & Wesson 500.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It's a 50. It's the biggest gun you could possibly shoot a horse with. It could kill an elephant.
Yeah.
It's a big fucking so anyway, the horse, it died instantly, but it was really hurt and old. Anyway, and we went out there and he was and then he just fucking shot the horse. He didn't even give us a 1, 2, 3. He surprised everyone. You know how if you're gonna rip something off, you go 1, 2, and then you rip?
Or plug your ears.
Yeah, that's kind of what he did.
Why were you there for this?
Because he was someone called him, my friend's dad, and my friend's dad was like, oh, there's an emergency, blah blah blah, and he grabbed his gun, and we were like, well, we're gonna go because I grew up in a small town. If anything is happening, you're going.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was a Boy Scout, they enlisted us to help fight a wildfire. It's just you just do stuff in town.
Sure.
But so we went out to this guy's ranch and the horse had fought and his wife who would own the horses crying. It was a whole fucking thing. Everyone's there and they were like, we got to do this. And the one guy was gonna shoot the horse himself, but then he was afraid his wife was gonna be weird at him, so he called his friend to come do it.
And you guys were all just watching.
And we were just with him, yeah, because it was my friend's dad. So I was just there.
Would
and then,
you have been amused? Like, would this have been a fun bit if he was like, hey, you guys want to do a horseback riding thing? And then you're about to get on and he just blows the horse's brains out?
I mean...
Would that be some fun small town hijinks?
No.
Okay.
That would have been...
Cool.
I was born in the suburbs. I don't know what you guys do.
Yeah. If the horse was perfectly healthy and we were riding it and then he shot
That's
it
a
in the
funny
head,
bit.
that's a funny bit. That's a really funny bit.
Maybe.
Not sure. Can you think
It's
of
one
a
of those you
funnier
got to
bit?
see it. You know, it's not good on
It's
paper.
not working visually for me.
Yeah. It would. No, I do. It's so fucked up to imagine putting two kids on a horse. It's perfectly healthy, and you're like, "How do you guys like it?" And you're like, "No, it's pretty cool." And then you just fucking shoot the horse in the head. He just falls. The kids are like, "Oh, fucking goddamn it! What'd you do that for?" That's very funny. But to put it on the horse, it's
And you're like, I just riffed that. I thought of that just now.
I have seen people riff gun stuff where you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
yeah.
that's the worst.
So here's my riff. What if you had a gun and you were also with former President
All
Bill
right.
Clinton, and then you showed him the gun and he thought it was cool and nothing else happened?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun. Yeah, where was I going with that? You were worried.
Hey, I look, I'm fine with it. I don't want to co-op Nick.
Oh,
too.
yeah. You don't want the Department of Homeland Defense to come to your
I don't want
place again.
Him visit you getting visited. I'm cool sinking the ship with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nick.
Wait, what do you say?
Nothing.
The horse stuff?
Nothing illegal happened.
yeah.
Because you
no-
said Bill Clinton. That's what we're stressing
Yeah,
out about?
yeah,
Nothing
because I was
happened.
alluding to a joke where I was going to take it too far, but then I took it just the right amount.
You didn't take it anywhere.
Exactly.
Just the right
It went
amount.
nowhere. I am in this hypothetical joke. I am friends with Bill Clinton, and he thinks my gun is cool. And then we leave, and everyone is safe.
I actually think Bill Clinton is cool and innocent of every single
Oh!
innocent of every single crime he's
The
been
coolest
accused
part
of.
about him is his innocence.
Yes, and that Hillary was the mastermind
Oh!
behind every bad thing Bill has done.
If you looked at a
Yeah.
photo of Bill Clinton getting head, then Hillary's in the background watching
yeah.
evil and making it happen
Or it was actually,
with a gun.
It was actually Hillary getting it. She just blamed Bill.
He took the fall because he's such a good guy.
Well, you can't have a lesbian wife or a bisexual wife.
What do you mean?
You can't get caught. In America in the 90s, they would have fucking been like, this guy's got to go immediately.
Do you think you could have a bi wife now? Who do you think the first bi first lady will be?
Who
I mean,
will it
firstly,
be?
I don't know. I guess that's a
I'm
stupid
pretty sure
question.
I think Melania was
Oh.
like recorded as having sex with women.
Why don't you know what Trump?
I think Trump has the first bisexual first lady
He
in
does
office.
not get enough credit. Kudos for having the first LGBTQ
Yeah,
first lady.
Well, not
Melania.
the first open one. The first actual LGBTQ first lady that we know of is Eleanor Roosevelt. Who,
she?
like, it's a very well-known fact. She slept with like multiple women while she was the first lady,
that is-
including the highest-scoring female sniper of all time.
She slept with her.
Yes.
Wow.
She came
One
to the
more
United
to the kill count.
Yeah.
That
It's
counts.
pretty
We're
sick, dude.
podcasting now, boy.
Dude, that's so cool to just have some Soviet lady who's killed 100 Nazis just fingering you, dude, with her trigger finger too. Just like the finger that killed 100 Nazis, and now it's just fucking going nuts on your G spot.
Yeah, but she's
or
a
whatever.
sniper, though, so it's not like she was doing this. She'd be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
very still.
She
Super
she
hardcore.
very calmly, boom,
Yeah.
and then you just cum
she
your
lowered.
brains
Yeah,
out.
maybe
She
that
like
was-
stops her heart rate and then gets.
She doesn't need to feel around for like she just
Dude.
one
Yeah.
little poke and it's over.
If a lady's gonna put her fingers in my ass, I want her to just kind of like get in there and be nice about it. She shouldn't be just fucking going nuts. That's not what you want.
I don't want it at all.
You should try it.
I would.
You know what?
Try it once.
Let me go.
Try it one time, man. It's nice. If a woman who will give you head and put her finger in your ass is a demon,
I would-
and it's awesome.
I would say I would try it if I was the president. I would definitely allow. If I was the president, I would try it. I think I'm open to it because of the rumors of Kanye West having it happen to him.
Yeah, he loves it, obviously, because he knows what's up, dude. Kanye gets it.
But like, if you were a very popular congressman, you would not try it.
If I was a very popular congressman, I would be a closeted gay man and having gay airport sex. Closeted, secretly.
Yeah, yeah.
If only in Congress. I think you have to be at that level.
But then from there, you get elected president, and you are no longer gay.
No, I think that's when you get into weird alien Area 51 and like cheating on your wife with White House page sex and all kinds of fucked up weird stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
being secretly gay is no longer rough enough to get your jollies off.
No one comes harder than a secretly gay, rich politician.
Yeah.
Right? It's got to be the sexiest sex. We've talked about this before, but when you're not supposed to do it is when you come the hardest. So, and nothing is more high stakes than I literally am trying to, at some level, genocide gay people, and I am fucking a gay stranger at a truck stop. Well, that's insane.
And so like sometimes those guys get caught, and it's like the worst day of their life. But at some point in the future, they masturbate to that they got caught.
Like a serious
right?
killer.
That's like also sexy. They're like, fucking caught. Oh my god,
dude. And then they do it again, and the stakes are even higher now. Like, that's how why Anthony Weiner got caught. He did it again.
He got caught 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, they're like, why do you keep doing it? And he's like, you just keep making it sexier when I get caught.
What do you mean, why do I do it?
Have you ever had a finger in your butt?
I was going to say, have you ever gotten caught doing something?
Once. My girlfriend and I tried it once in college. The thing is, I liked it and she didn't like it. And I was like, well, but like, what did you didn't have to do anything.
What do you mean didn't like it? I didn't like how my finger was working. You're like, I put my fingers in you all the time.
That makes sense.
Fucking Judas.
If she just was she just like, all right, now what?
What do you mean now what? It feels good. Suck my dick and put your finger in there. Move it a little bit. What are you talking about?
We were young and it wasn't even like a part of sex. It was like sex stopped. She put it in and then took it out.
This was science.
And it was like, what do you think about that? I was like, I think I still licked it.
Yeah, dude. It's good. It feels it's like, it's intimate. It's like, whatever.
It objectively you have a
prostate.
A prostate, yeah.
Yeah, and even if they don't make it to the prostate, objectively it feels like
it like mathematically feels good.
Yeah,
the only reason people don't do it is because of some makes you gay homophobia thing.
Yeah. I don't like feeling good, so that's why I know I wouldn't like it.
That is fair. That is fair. Mac hates to feel good. This is real.
I need some small lady to hit me.
every guy listening to this, I know so many guys are weird about butt stuff. You don't have to get pegged. Just get some lotion, put one finger in your butt while she's giving you head, and thank me later. Ladies, go ahead and just don't fucking go for it, but ask.
And you don't have to feel pressure to do anything Shayne wants you to do. do whatever you want.
Feel a little pressure. You'll feel a little pressure at first, but then it'll feel good.
If you did start getting DMs from men who got fingers in their butts, would you respond?
Yeah. Firstly, something like this has happened multiple times.
We have weird
I've had quite a few guys be like, "Hey, I took your advice and it ruled," or whatever. I encourage people to be like, "Hey, if you're attracted to a trans woman, you should date one." And I had not one but like 3 different guys be like, "I'm in a long-term relationship with a trans woman now. Thank you for giving me the courage to just like go for it." And not be like weird or like think less of them or like let society dictate how I behave. And I'm like, yeah, fuck that, dude.
I get some pretty psycho DMs.
I get psycho DMs.
You're going to get some too now.
Really?
By association.
You're handsome.
Nice.
You might get like a couple people saying some fucking... We have a sexy audience and they go hard.
We got a horny audience.
I posted a TikTok the other day of me basically getting like sexually assaulted on stage. There was this like very drunk gay guy, and I'm like in the middle of my set, and he walks out to me and starts heckling, and I was like, "What? Why are you heckling me?" And he's just like, "I want to suck your dick." And I was like, "Okay." And then he starts like walking up to me, and he was like grabbing for my dick kind of, and I swatted him off, and he just kept saying "zip it down" for the rest of my set. So I posted it because I'm like, "Well, that's great that I got that." And so I posted on TikTok, and every comment was other gay guys saying "zip it down."
That's so funny.
It was like 90 people like "zip it down."
Solidarity.
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck you and how you feel. Zip it down.
It was. I didn't feel weird when it happened, but seeing all the comments, I actually was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't realize I used to do meet and greets all the time, and then one time a female comic was with me. I used to take a girl with me on the road sometimes, and after a show, she was like literally crying. I know, right? But she was like super emotional, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" And she's like, "I feel so bad that I let other women treat you like that, and I didn't like step in and do something. I didn't have like the courage to do something." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Girls just keep like lifting your shirt up and grabbing at your dick and like grabbing you and being super gross, like a lady like tried to kiss you and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, it fucking sucks and it makes me uncomfortable, but what?" And then she's like, "They're literally sexually assaulting you and I didn't do anything." And then from then on, I realized I had compartmentalized that, and it was of course affecting me subconsciously. Sure. So when she pointed it out, I could finally like deal with it or whatever. But now I don't even do meet and greets anymore because I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I don't want to get sexually assaulted. It fucking hurts my soul.
So in the comments when all the people were saying zip it down, there was one woman who commented like, "Hey guys, this isn't cool. This is tantamount to sexual assault." And even it was. I mean, this is happening to me, and even reading her comment, I was like, "Boo! You suck."
That is so funny. It's so
Let
hard.
the boys be boys.
Was it funny in the moment?
What?
The guy.
Because you're on
Oh
stage.
yeah,
and-
yeah. He was crushing.
Okay, yeah. So that's the
Because he just
Oh.
kept saying "zip it down." It was.
that's the thing.
It was like pretty funny.
If you, I think there's a lot of stuff where you're like, "Hey, show me your tits." I'm joking, but if you want to, I won't be joking.
Yeah,
Where it's just
yeah.
like, that's the extremely thin gray line.
Classic
Where you're
move.
like, I'm joking about it.
I've seen someone get their dick sucked on stage.
Oh,
Really?
yeah?
Yeah.
In a comedy stage.
Yes.
In a comedy stage.
Comedy stage.
Yeah.
Did they finish?
No.
Did people boo?
No, people cheered.
Even
It
though
was
they
a
didn't
skank
finish?
fest.
What?
Yeah, someone pulled their dick out, and then this lady was like, "I'll suck it," and he's like, "Do it then." And she sucked his soft dick for a second, and everyone went crazy,
Oh,
and then
she
she went
sucked
back
a-
into the audience.
She sucked a soft dick.
Well, he can't just get hard immediately, and hundreds of people
Amateur.
were watching.
I could get hard immediately.
It was very consensual, and everything was like up and on the up and up, but it was just like this crazy moment, just like. She's like, "I'll fucking suck your dick," and he goes, "Do it." And she just like gets up on stage for a second and like blah, 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 on that, soft, and then everyone's
three
going nuts, and then the other comics made fun of him for having a soft dick. It was very funny.
Oh, he didn't get hard?
No, he didn't get
Dude,
hard.
I would have made fun of him if he got a boner. Be like, "Hey, he's got a
yeah,
boner."
that's what I would do too.
But that's almost more embarrassing.
to have a boner.
No, to stay
You have
soft.
to get a boner at exactly the right time for that not to be embarrassing.
I would want a 3/4.
No,
Okay.
I would,
That's
So like
respectable.
it's like we got like the first part, so it's a little like Gonzo's nose, but like but it's there, so it's like substantial, but it's not like crazy. I think to have a rigid hard dick in front of a couple hundred people while doing comedy, that's
No.
not what I want.
That's how you control the room.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the hardest one here.
Comedian destroys heckler.
Yeah, dude, I would have to put the mic on my dick and like I don't know. I would be too focused on my penis at that point.
I'd be humping the stool.
Yeah, finally the stool would get
Yeah,
what it
finally.
deserves. Everyone's been dry humping
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing for years.
was hacky
Time
up
to
until
get
now.
Fucked.
Now it's art.
I want to see a stool fuck a comic. That's what I want to see.
You can see that.
Yeah,
At some,
yeah,
at some
actually,
burlesque
that's out there.
shows.
True.
Hmm.
I want to see a stool fuck another stool.
Yeah, dude, that's what I want. I want to see. I'm surprised no comic has ever been like doing like a threesome act out and been like, bring another stool
two
out.
stools.
Yeah.
I've
and
seen
it's
two
just-
stools.
You've
seen two stools?
I've seen two stools
For a sex act out.
No, for
and then they put it back.
not for a sex act out. There was a comic. I can't recall right now. It was something special. We were all watching and we're like, does he have two stools?
Oh, that's right. That's
It was
right.
like- we're like,
was
why
it
do-
Cat Williams?
It
It might have been Cat Williams.
It might have been, but I think it was someone else.
I think Cat Williams did have two stools in one of his specials because he has like a water and in like alcohol stool and a towel in like wet wipe stool or
Yeah,
something.
The
It's
humpback
crazy.
out stool.
Yeah, man.
Would it work if you had a bit about like an orgy and you just brought up like 9 stools?
I think
You won't
that
know till you
only
try.
hardcore comedy fans would get. I think it would be funny,
It'd be
but only the truest hardcore fans who understand that's like a thing comics used to do.
It'd
would-
also be very alt.
yeah,
Yeah, and it would take like a couple minutes to bring all this.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
hang on.
You'd have to have like a guy help you and be doing the act out and he keeps bringing more out. That would be very funny.
And someone's sitting on one. You're like, I'm so sorry. I just for like 1 second.
Yeah. I think I think Kevin Hart made it so you can't do the stool act out anymore.
The humping it.
Yeah. He's so famous and he did it in a bit that it's so popular that now it's like if you did it, people would be like, Kevin Hart, you're Kevin Hart. And it's like, all right.
Also, the power dynamics because they're the same size. He's the same size as the stool.
True.
So it works.
True.
the stool can.
The stool is the size of a woman he would fuck.
Mhm.
That's right. Damn, dude. Have you ever done anything? Have you ever?
Never.
You don't do
I've
act
never
outs.
done anything.
No.
Whoa.
Do you do act outs?
I don't do act outs. I stand still. Sometimes I
You
I'll
don't
take-
even do comedy.
I know. That's how good I am.
Yeah, doing comedy's hack.
It really, honestly, kind of. It's now we're moving into a post-comedy era. I've seen people with thousands of likes doing comedy behind the green screen on TikTok at their house.
Good for them.
And they like add laughs in.
Yeah.
And you can tell it has like an uncanny valley sort of creepiness.
Yep. I can
Well-
tell when comics add laughs into real bits at clubs.
I was gonna
and I
say-
see it all the time, and it makes me crazy.
I was gonna say that's been going on since the beginning of comedy is people filming themselves and being like, let's spice up the laughs a little bit.
It's
funny because you start getting to the point where you watch so much stand-up that you can start recognizing clips of laughter. And there's like some clips that are like from the 70s. People who are probably dead.
Where you're like, I know that laugh.
I know that clip of laughter that they've reused in like 10 different things.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
There's a certain point where you hear so much laughter from doing so many like thousands of hours of comedy that you can kind of tell. You don't understand why, but you can tell that it's not laughter at the right, like if someone took laughter from one joke and put it over another, you would somehow be able to be like, no, that's not how they would laugh at that joke.
Right.
Like I can always tell. What's crazier, someone putting fake laughter over a bit, or the comics who post bits that have no laughs, that bomb, or get like only a couple laughs and maybe they think that's good. I think that there might be so delusional that they're like, got a few laughs there.
I almost think there's some genius to posting when you bomb, because I'll watch it and I'm like, I must misunderstand something. It looks like they just bombed. And then I watch it like 3 times,
yeah,
which helps the algorithm, so they get huge.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
there's someone we know who posts clips all the time. They have no punchlines. They bomb often, and they just do it. They just crank out content, and thousands of people like it.
Yeah.
They have
Just
more
like crowd
followers
work?
than I do.
Yeah, and I'm liking all of our posts.
Yeah, you
I think I know
motherfucker.
exactly. I've seen. I think this is the same part where it'll just be like, "Hey, where'd you go to high school?" And they say it, and then they're like, "Oh, I went to a place pretty close to there," and then that's the clip.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of thing. Okay.
Yes,
I'm almost certain we're talking about the same person.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, and it blows my mind. And honestly, I've invited them onto this podcast, which is why we're going to keep it very vague, because I'm so curious to see, like, what are you like in an environment where you have to be, where we're like, hey, we're doing jokes. You gonna do a joke with us?
Would you tell them before, just like, hey, just so you know, just like be funny this time?
This is a funny
This is a
podcast.
joke.
Would you let them know?
I've let comics know, and some comics have been like, okay.
Just like how we pulled you
Like-
aside before.
Like,
hey.
they've genuinely been like kind of bummed. Like, hey, we're gonna do, what's your podcast about? And I was like, we do bits.
We don't do anything.
We don't do anything. Just be funny and talk about anything you want. Like, if you have something you want to say to us, or a story, or literally just have fun, and we'll be silly together. And their other stand-ups are like, oh, okay. Like, it's so easy, man.
It's fun. I've had that too. Like my podcast is just riffing, and I've had people where I like bring up a topic and they're like, "Oh, really? You had a difficult thing with your father? Like, let's get into that." I'm like, "No, stupid. Like, I'm gonna cut that you asked me to do that, and no, I'm not gonna get into that."
That's funny that you are mad at someone having empathy for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's weak.
Oh man, that's so funny. I love that Mac is, when you were gonna come over, Mac was like, "What's he like?" And I was like,
No,
he's someone I like," and then you didn't automatically attach that to autism. Of course, he's weirdly autistic. I like him. That's the only kind of people I like. So Mac is evil.
No, I'm not.
No, he has the exact same. When you said that, I could see in Mac's brain. He was like, "Why is that weird?" Like, he was totally on board with you. I like when I don't mind going on podcasts or talking to other comics about serious things when it's like implied, like we're going to do this. But if someone's like, "Hey, come on my funny podcast. This is an like, don't do that."
Yeah.
Also, I'm a comic. I'm gonna make jokes. I went on a podcast once where it was like a guy who's a fuck pastor, and
Fuck pastor, huh? Hey, we saw the same thing.
yeah. So is that the word? Am I saying it right?
Pastor?
Fuck.
No.
A fuck pastor. Yeah.
pastor.
Is it? Why does it sound wrong?
Because
Was it-
you're evil
was
and
it
you can't even
Catholic?
say it.
No, Catholics are priests.
Priests.
A pastor is like a Baptist guy, right?
Right. Sure. Someone who
Or
went to
non-denominational. I think he was a non-denominational guy. Anyway, he was like a therapist, and the podcast was about like spiritualism and being. It's kind of like serious, and he wanted to talk to me about like my thoughts about whatever. But I made jokes, obviously, and he was like uncomfortable with some of how I was like making light of like being abused as a child or whatever. And I was like, bro, you know what I do for a living. I literally made all my money from being abused as a child. Like, I don't know what you want from me, man.
And you'd think as a fuck pastor he would get it.
Yeah. And you think as a fuck pastor.
He's also a therapist?
Yeah.
That's the part where I'm like, hey, how good is your therapist if they're like, hey, don't joke about
dude,
it.
this is a little dark, buddy.
I think therapy is I don't know this for sure, but I think therapy is kind of like substitute teaching where you just kind of like you're like, hey, I could do that, and they go, are you sure? And you go, yeah, and they go, all right, fuck it.
Here's why I kind of support your theory. Because, I mean, it's just therapist is a job, and just like there's good garbage men and bad garbage men, there's good presidents and bad presidents. At the end of the day, it's a different human is every different therapist. But do you remember when you're like in your early 20s and all the girls who are like going to college you meet and you're like, I want to be a therapist. You're like, you're the craziest bitch I know.
Yeah.
I'm studying psychology. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You?
Here's the thing.
That seemed to be a trope for me, at least.
This is what makes me think of it. When I was
They all cured themselves, by the way, and then are great psychologists.
right before I started comedy, I was trying to like figure out if I wanted to do a job, and I've always been a guy that likes fitness, and I was like in really good shape for a while, and like really strong, the strongest I've ever been. It was crazy.
You're so
I felt
strong.
great. I know, but like, come on, but.
What a compliment. How strong you are. You don't get complimented on how strong you are.
I genuinely appreciate that. Thank you. I was saying Nick looks strong earlier, and he goes, I don't work out.
You look strong too. You don't work out?
I do push-ups sometimes.
You look fantastic for a man who doesn't work out.
Thank you.
I work out. Look at me.
He
I look
does work out.
I look like a fucking mess. You don't work out? I don't believe you. Are you one of those guys that just is on TRT but not working out? I guess that's what I would do.
What's TRT?
That's testosterone replacement therapy. Is people who just take testosterone and they don't work out, they almost look worse. They get like a frog body.
That's not what testosterone does. You're thinking of human growth hormone.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking
Testosterone, regular testosterone. Lots of people just take TRT.
It just makes you like bald.
No, only if you have way more
much.
testosterone than you need. Yeah, you'd have to be so over the limit
Wait,
on testosterone.
how many push-ups you do in a day? 1,000?
No, I do sets of 40, and I do some amount of between 1 and 5 at the most sets.
That's actually really good.
And why do you start doing this?
Because it's the easiest way. I just want to look good in shirts. That's my only
You look great in
exercise
that shirt,
goal.
by the
So
way.
if you do curls and push-ups, then you look decent in shirts, and it's the least amount of work to look good.
Do you have to specifically buy special shirts to accentuate? Like, do you get them trimmed?
I have good like I think this is a good shirt, but I have bad shirts where people think I gained a lot of weight. But then I switch back to the good shirt, and then the delta is such that they're like, "Oh my god, you've been working out for
Nice.
You look great again."
You gotta throw away your bad shirt.
Do you? No, wait, no. You do wear the bad shirt on like a first date, and then on the second date,
I've had a girlfriend for like 9 years, so I don't have first dates.
did you on your first date with her?
No.
On a job interview, I don't know where you'd wear a bad shirt and then a good shirt to fool people.
job interview.
to fool someone where you wear. Here's where you wear it. You wear it with a guy that you don't like, and then you're like kind of shit talking or whatever, and then you show up in the bad shirt, and he's like, "Yeah, look at this fat dumb bitch."
And you're like, "Let's
and
fight."
Then, and then when you show up the second time, you're in the good shirt, and he goes, "Oh fuck, he got in shape in like a week. What the fuck? God damn it! What drugs is he on?" Yeah. Oh, back to so I wanted to do a job. And I was in shape, and I was like, maybe I should do personal training. And I tried it. I went and got a job at Gold's Gym, and how I got the job personal training was I just lied. Like my friend Devin, who has all the certifications and does work as a personal trainer, he like studied for his NASM certification, which like took hundreds of hours, like did school. It was crazy. He did all his work. And then he's like, wait, how did you get a job? And I go, oh, I looked up the NASM certification and printed it out with my name on it. And end of done. I did it.
Yeah.
Like I just lied. And it was so easy. How would they check? How? I guess there's a database, maybe, but like, who's really going?
They're a gym.
Yeah, I was gonna say they probably type in 3 letters into the database thing and see that you're not there, but that would take upwards of 60 seconds of work.
Yeah. Well, and then there's the thing, like when you're a counselor, where'd you go to school? Here. This is my cert. Like they never check. They wouldn't.
Yeah.
How would they, like? There's just no way. So I would venture to guess many counselors aren't certified.
No, never.
But it kind of doesn't matter because a counselor is just an arbitrary third party that allows you to bounce ideas off of. You can have an excellent counselor, but even a mediocre counselor is like wildly valuable if you're a person who understands how to be self-reflective.
I went to 2 sessions of therapy, and I thought it was terrible.
Oh yeah, why?
Yeah. I don't even do this as a bit because it's so ridiculous a thing to say. It's like contrived. But I was just telling her about I was feeling anxious and blah, blah, and she was like, well, I don't know if you believe in this, but it might be because Mercury is in retrograde.
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, yeah, and I was like, you can't say that to me.
Yeah.
That's literally not allowed.
That's illegal.
I would have stood
They
up
printed
and
her
been like,
certificate
hey.
out. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, she definitely should look her up. You should call her out.
What if she was doing a bit?
How hot was she?
She was like an older woman.
Oh, damn.
So there are certain times and certain kinds of horny that I've gotten to where I'm like, maybe she was hot, but on a normal, like right now, she is not hot.
Because I'm a big advocate of finding a therapist who has big boobies,
Right.
and is very like motherly.
You find that helpful.
And I don't know if everyone has the problem, but
my first therapist was that. She's
Very
like
hot?
really
Big
old.
boobies?
No, not she, but she had big boobies. She was like an older woman, and then she died of COVID.
damn.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy. And now my
boobies.
therapist
Yeah.
is, I don't know how old she is, but I'm completely certain we are in the same age range, and she's actually very good looking.
Nice.
And I'm just like, I just talked to a lady who I guess I might hang out with in real life, and like it's just like feels kind of weird because in my mind therapy's like for child shit, like you're
Right.
but it's like just it's like just talking to you, like that doesn't feel.
Do you think she's aware? Like, I'm sure therapists are aware of the fantasy. Do you think she's sitting there like, this guy probably wants to fuck me?
Maybe. Here's the thing is sometimes she talks to me in such a way that I'm like, are you into me? Like, what's going on? But like, I mean, yeah, she flirts with me for sure.
Can you disclose that? And then she has to help you as a therapist?
What
You'd
do
be
you
like,
mean?
I have this therapist
Oh,
that I want to have sex
It's
with.
not you.
It's the other therapist.
unrelated.
Yeah,
I have
totally.
a sec-
I have 2 therapists.
Some people do have 2 therapists.
I have a friend with a therapist who's extremely hot.
My therapist she is flirty and sweet.
Hey, give me your therapist number.
But she's like for a specific kind of therapy, so I know that she's like really good at her job. So
very vetted.
which is hot. That's the problem. Is like it's like, oh, nothing's hotter than like a person who's like really good at a skill.
I can think of so many things hotter than a person
Really?
who's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
at a skill.
Someone who's that's honestly gets me off is someone who's passionate, really good at something, and funny. Those things, like, and then I think funny and silly are kind of interchangeable. Like, I think someone who's funny because they're really high energy and like goofy is as good as being clever. I almost prefer it to cleverness. Like, the way like Mac is funny is like he'll just say the funny thing and you're like, oh fuck, that's so funny, or we'll do bits or whatever.
Yes.
But I would never date you because you're like low energy. Like I like a girl who's like gonna just like come out of the bathroom wearing a mustache. I don't know. Like I just want like silly goose energy. You know
that
what
was
I mean?
your only thing.
dare
They
you.
have to wear the mustache. I
Yeah,
don't know.
they have to wear
It's
the
my-
mustache, dude. I like a girl to grab your dick
You have
and
a
do like a
mustache.
fucking Batman voice into it.
He wouldn't even have to wear a fake mustache.
I grew this for you.
He just has the mustache.
I've been trying to fuck him just for the sake
Yeah.
of doing it, and he says no all the time. So.
Do you not like this?
If he shaved his mustache and then wore a fake mustache,
Okay, now
Would you be
we're
like, all right.
kind of onto something.
we're goofy.
Ooh.
Hold on.
What if I shaved my mustache and glued it back on
Oh, that would be really funny.
as a bit? That'd be a fun bit for a lady. Shave her pubes and then glue them on her face.
As a
I
mustache?
literally would laugh.
If she-
That is really funny.
If
I
she
mean,
gorilla masked herself.
it would be nothing would be if we turned the lights off and she's like, I'm gonna come back and blow your mind, and then she went to the bathroom and she came back and she was like, are you ready for the best head of your life? And she's giving me head, and then she turned on the light and she had a pube, beard, or
She's
mustache.
like, you're gay.
I would
A man give you a blowjob.
that would be so fucking funny, dude.
And then the funniest part is you are gay now.
Yeah, would you laugh?
I would turn
Yeah.
Or would you be like,
I would be
this
gay
is
'cause it's so funny.
fucked up.
And then I would like have sex with a gay man, and I'd be like, I'm not really gay, but look at this video. And then
Yeah,
I'd show
yeah.
them her, and they'd be like, that's funny.
You know, turn him straight because it's
Yeah,
a bearded
that's
lady.
how. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. God. Women like that just don't. Not a lot of women gluing their pubes to their face these days, and that's the real problem. That's
That
why
is.
I'm single now.
are you single now?
Yeah,
Oh,
she wouldn't glue her pubes to her face.
yeah.
and
Even,
so
you
it
kept
just didn't
asking.
work
I'm,
out.
I'm
Very
saying, I'm
big.
saying what I need.
Yeah. It's tough.
That was one of your. What are those called? The you have to do this, or it's
Deal breaker.
that's a
Ultimatum?
deal breaker. Ultimatum is the word I was looking for.
Love silly goose energy. What's sexier to you? What's sexier than someone being good at a skill?
I just want to say I knew you were thinking of the word ultimatum, and that I got to say it felt really good.
Yeah. It wasn't what you said. It was what he said.
And I knew when you said deal breaker, I was like, that's not it.
That's not the word.
I have it.
Deal breaker and ultimatum are the same thing.
They're
No, they're
synonyms,
not.
but he was definitely looking for ultimatum. And I'm the best.
A deal breaker, because a relationship is not a deal. A relationship is
Not for you, because you haven't read The Art of the Deal like me.
I was actually going to say.
I was waiting for you to pick it up, and you just
No, I'm refusing your joke and doing a better one.
okay.
All my relationships are deals because when I hand the hooker the money,
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
You hand it to her before she does it? It's a rookie move. She's just going to leave, and then her pimp is not going to let you get anything.
But if you had read the art of the deal, now we're back
Yeah,
to his.
let's
Back to his.
Nick.
Damn, I got to read that book.
Fuck yeah. And we're back,
Your riff has
baby.
been outvoted.
Okay, so what's sexy?
What?
The thing that's sexier than fucking the thing I said.
Yeah, what is
Almost
what do you-
anything. Physical appearance. I don't know.
Almost
That's
anything.
ridiculous. What's sexier than competency? Boobs.
Yeah.
I like small boobs, so boobs just like kind of go. It's
Well,
like whatever.
You could have bad big boobs. You could have bad small boobs.
That's true.
So
I've seen bad
size-
small boobs, and I'm like,
size-
oh, that's a huge bummer
The
for
size
you.
is not important.
Yeah, the size isn't important. The quality of the boob is not the size.
Who do you think is, other than your girlfriend, the sexiest woman on the planet? Living or dead?
Ooh, dead. All right.
There's some sexy dead. Anna
I
Nicole,
literally- when
Anna
people
Nicole Smith.
When
she's
people
dead.
ask me this question, I never have an answer.
I don't have an
My
answer
ex was
either.
like, "Who's like your celebrity crush?" And I genuinely don't have an
There's
answer.
only one answer right now, and it's Anna de Armas.
It's not. It's not her.
Yeah, it's her.
I always have like this.
her.
I don't
She's the hottest
fantasize
woman.
about. I guess I
Almost
have like
nobody's saying it's
crushes
the
on
hottest woman.
Instagram.
That's the thing. I'm not. I don't know why, but to me, celebrities aren't real people. It's like having a crush on McDonald's or something. They're like a corporation. But if you're like, who's the sexiest? It'll be like someone who I saw like yesterday, and then I don't want to like say that.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a lady I saw crossing the street today.
Yeah, she was in such a hurry. It was so sexy.
Yeah, man. It's always like some random girl on Instagram or whatever, and then it'll be a new one in a month. But it's never
Yeah, or whoever most
celebrities.
recently gave me positive flirtatious attention. That's the hottest girl.
That is the easiest way to get into my brain. I'll tell you that.
So it's me because I complimented your shirt.
Yeah, you're the sexiest
Thank
woman
you.
in the whole world.
Dude, I was gonna ask you if you ever slid into a famous person's DMs, but I guess you've been in a relationship for 9 years. So
Is your
you're
girlfriend
probably not-
famous?
No.
So no.
Damn. I slid into a
Unless-
few. Never works.
No.
I did
What do you say? And
just like whatever. You just reply to one of their stories the same way you would pick up on anyone. But
Here's how I pick up on famous girls online. I'm like, I don't even know who you are, but I think you're hot.
I fucking love when people send me that message. Very
Wow.
cool. My friends like
Wow,
you.
you're-
I don't know you, but you look cute. Kill yourself.
that's funny.
That's
Do
a
you-
real
do you get
pickup
that
line
all-
people do often.
That only works
I don't
in real
think you're
life.
funny, but I like you.
Oh, that sucks.
They say crazy shit. You're okay.
I don't think you're hot,
That's
but I'm
super
really,
funny.
I really like want to date you.
I think that would work on me 100%. That's
Dude,
so funny.
Genuinely, I'm not joking. Women have been like, I don't think you're hot, but I'd let you fuck me. I can't tell you how many times. Like, that's
That
a
would-
common thing I've been told.
that would work on me. I would fuck them, but I wouldn't like them.
Well, listen, I don't. Yeah, there's that. But yeah, people are nuts in the DMs, dude. The negging is like, so that would work on you.
Everything would work on me.
Okay, fair.
I've had a girlfriend for 9. It would all work very instantly.
Damn, if you find yourself single, they're just gonna ravage you. They're gonna chew you up and spit you out.
Yeah, well, I was doing the open thing I took your advice.
Yeah.
Wait.
I was doing an open thing for a minute. I'm kind of not anymore, but I had a bit about being open so that way people would ask me about it. And they did. And my bit was disgusting too. It was like about jerking off and stuff. Again,
Yeah.
it was one of my cum
But that's
jokes.
so smart because you want people to know exactly what is going on. He was doing a thing, and I was like, hey, if you want to fuck from your comedy, just insinuate that you want to fuck immediately in your comedy, and people will respond to it, or literally say, I'm trying to fuck. Who was the comic that I saw do it? Russell Brand. Russell Brand did a theater and I randomly opened for him. I didn't even get to meet him, but I got to do like 10 minutes. And at the beginning of his set, he was like, many of you here today think I'm attractive and want to fuck me. And you think it's not possible because I'm famous. I'm telling you it's possible. Message me after the show. I will fuck you. And then he just did comedy. Really and I was just like, damn, my man is going to get laid tonight. Good for him. But he was like spelled it out completely like it respectful, totally normal. And it was funny. Like people laugh because it's an insane thing to say. But he was like literally just being like, it is in the realm of possibility. You can fuck me. I was just like, damn, man.
And that's fun because when you hear that as a joke, it's funny. But then when you realize he's not joking, it's like funny again.
Yeah. It's like double funny. He's a funny guy.
And then when he's having sex with you that night, like that's funny again.
You're laughing at a small penis because that's it's really funny.
Yeah. His weird tiny British penis.
All British people have tiny penises.
I don't think I've seen a big British dong.
Long foreskins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like a tea cozy.
Foreskin has an accent. Yeah,
the American Foreskin Association does not recognize British foreskins. Just so you know,
the AFA.
Yeah, Mac's a major member.
I'm a founding member. Nick, thank you for being on the podcast.
Whoa, that was an hour?
It was an hour.
Jesus, that went so fast.
Where can people find you? Where can they find your specials?
YouTube. What if I learned the URL by now? It was youtube.com/HQ1.
You got Twitter, Instagram, anywhere?
I'm gonna fucking
DM you.
Talk about this. I'm gonna find Nick's YouTube.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Nick Hopping Comedy. I have a podcast, Hypothetically, on wherever you listen to podcasts. It's my last name and then Hypothetically.
I got it.
But
it was a pod.
But like, do the listeners get
your YouTube is your name, my man.
There you go.
Oh yeah, okay. Nick Hopping.
just type in Nick Hopping as you think it's spelled. His YouTube channel is Nick Hopping. I'll subscribe. I'm the 501st.
501st.
There you go. Oh, you knew you're already on it.
Yeah, I was exactly at 500. I was like,
no idea how many subs I have on YouTube.
You have like 45,000.
That's nice. And then you.
Isn't it weird that I know that?
Yes,
right
a little bit. Yeah,
maybe I think actually 43.
I love you. Thank you for the support, Nick. And then great fucking. This is you have the ice cream. It's so funny that your special looks more professional than mine, than all of mine.
Dude, I since got so I put out the special and then Ample Hills fired me. Between when I filmed it and came out. So I was going to call it Live in Ample Hills and I had to remove every reference of Ample Hills.
Why?
Wait, my favorite ice cream place?
Yeah, they fired. I used to run shows there every week.
We're going to talk about this on the Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the Patreon, I'll tell you the ice cream juice.
That's my favorite ice cream place.
The melted ice cream.
Oh my God.
If it's tea about ice cream, it's melted ice cream.
Follow Nick Hopping on everywhere online. DM him weird, creepy stuff. Compliment him. It'll work.
Whatever you DM.
Watch his YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You want to do the Patreon?
Yeah.
We're gonna just go straight into the Patreon.
Let's fucking do it.
So if you go to cowboyboys.rodeo or patreon.com/cowboyboys for $5, you can hear the rest of this conversation. Sorry.
That's it. Bye.
Sorry, bye.